Okay, right now I'm in the Coney Island. I'm in the Coney Island road test area, or actually I'm approaching the Coney Island road test area. Right now I'm on Neptune Avenue, which is the road that you have to take to get to the road test site, the beginning of the road test site. And you may at some point be on Neptune Avenue when you're taking your test. All right, so when you're approaching, when you're in Coney Island, when you do get to Coney Island, you have to take the road all the way down, Neptune all the way down, almost to the end, and you're going all the way down to this road right here, which is Bayview Avenue and West 31st Street. All right, and I'm going to make a right turn here. Okay, right now I am currently on Bayview. And I'm approaching the beginning of the road test site. If you notice, there's yellow lines off to the side. Do not drive on top of those yellow lines. There's a white line to the right of me. Do not drive on the white line. To the right of the white line is a parking lane. Do not drive in that. These yellow lines over here that are next to the concrete divider, that used to be a lane of traffic. It is no longer a lane of traffic, so you cannot drive on top of those yellow lines. Do not cut across those yellow lines. Right now I'm approaching the beginning of the road test site. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to continue, but you start basically right here where you see those two cars. From there you pull off, and then you drive straight down this road, which I believe is still Bayview. And if you notice, the road becomes very narrow. All right, so as you're driving down this road, you may be asked to make this first turn here, which is West 36th Street. This is a very narrow street, especially when you first turn onto it. If you look here, you see how narrow it is. Okay, I'm going to check for traffic, then I'm going to make this left turn into this road. If you notice, the road is very narrow. If you see those words on the ground that say stop, try not to touch those words. Try not to touch the word at all. If you're touching the word, the letter S, then it's probably not a big deal. But try to be as much to the right as possible without looking like you're about to hit the curb or hit the parked cars. As you're driving down the street, same thing. There is not much difference between the middle of the road and the right-hand side of the road. So be careful. Drive as much to the right as you can without it looking or feeling like you're driving too close or about to hit the parked cars on your right-hand side. Right here, I'm in the middle, too much in the middle, and right here, I'm in a good place to be on the right-hand side. So not much difference, be careful here. All right, now here is a tricky intersection that I'm coming up to. If you notice, right at this corner here off to my right, there's a pole there with nothing on it, no, there should be a stop sign there, but there is no stop sign. Okay. Right, so there should be a stop sign here, but there is no stop sign. If you look to my left, there's a dead-end street, which a lot of times they will tell you to turn into to make your broken U-turn. If you look at the corner of this street here, this dead-end street, there is a stop sign. Right now we're looking at the back of that stop sign. All right, so that means traffic coming out of that road will have to stop. The road that I'm on is coming to an end, but again, there is no stop sign here. All right, so normally in this situation, when you come to a road, when you're on a road that comes to an end, you naturally have an automatic stop sign, which means even though you do not have one, you are supposed to come to a full stop here. You would treat this intersection as if you had a full stop. But in this situation, off to the left here, that road has a stop sign. So technically you have the right of way over traffic coming from the left, but you do not have the right of way over traffic coming from the right. The traffic coming from the right does not have a stop sign. So in this situation, that traffic technically has the right of way over you. So what I would do in this situation, if I was taking my road test, I would come to a complete stop here, no matter what, whether I'm making a left or whether I'm making a right. If you're making a left, definitely come to a full stop here, and then move up and look for traffic coming from your right and from your left. If you're making a right turn, then it's a little bit debatable. You might be able to argue that you can make a right turn here without coming to a full stop because there's no stop sign and the traffic from the left has a stop sign. But to be on the safe side, I would probably make a full stop here just to be on the safe side. All right. If they do tell you to go into the dead end, look for traffic, turn into the dead end. All dead ends are two-way roads, so enter on the right-hand side. I'm going to pull over really quickly. When you pull over to the right, put on your right turn signal, check for traffic, come to a full stop, put on your left turn signal, check for traffic up and down the block. Drive until you're facing the other side of the road. Stop your vehicle, put the car in reverse, turn the wheel all the way to the right. While you're doing that, look left and right for traffic, even though there aren't any vehicles coming from that way because it's a dead end. Still look left and right for traffic because that's what you're supposed to do. You want to show the examiner that you have good observation skills. You reverse back just enough so that you have enough room to finish doing the three-point turn. You put the car back in drive, turn the wheel back to the left. Check for traffic one last time as you start the roll. Then proceed. And then you finish. All right, so as you see here from the other direction, there is a stop sign here. You stop at the first white line, and then you would move up and you would look for traffic. So again, traffic coming from this road, which is the road I just came from, technically has the right of way over you coming out of the dead end. So be careful here. So you look for traffic and then you proceed. As you come down this road also comes to an end where you have to make a left or right. You cannot go straight anymore. In this situation, I'm going to make a left turn. So you make a full stop at your stop sign, and then you move up. You look left for traffic. You look to the right for traffic. And be careful here in these types of situations because sometimes the parked cars cause blind spots or creates blind spots that make it difficult for you to see traffic. So again, look left and right for traffic. And when it looks clear, then you move out. As you see right there, a car was coming down a block that I could not see. I did stop in time, and that's what you want to be able to do. When you cannot see properly, you won't be able to see, when these cars block your view, you won't be able to see traffic until it gets right up on top of you. So you want to do the best you can and continue looking left and right constantly in order to be ready to stop if you need to. Now, this road that I'm turning onto is very narrow also. Luckily, there are no cars parked on the right-hand side. So that makes it a little bit easier to navigate. But if there were cars parked on the right hand side, sometimes what you may have to do, because the road is so narrow, is you may have to actually stop, allow another vehicle room and space enough to come towards you before proceeding. For example, you see how this bus is here. The bus will take up quite a bit of room on this road, so sometimes it's better to stop or maybe even pull over and allow the bus to pass, then proceed. All right, this is can be a tricky intersection for a lot of people. If you look at it again, I'm on a two-way road. I'm at an all-way stop sign, which means everybody has to stop. Off to my right is a private community which you cannot go into, and if you look straight ahead, it says do not enter. So that means the two-way road that I'm on now becomes a one-way road. So you cannot go straight. I cannot make a right turn. So the only thing you can do here is make a left. Most examiners will tell you where to go when you get to this intersection, but it is possible that the examiner could take you to this intersection and say absolutely nothing, and leave it up to your judgment to figure out what is the correct direction to turn or to go. And in this situation, there is only one direction, and that's why they may do that. So the examiners will not try to trick you and tell you to turn the wrong way down a road, or down the wrong way down the street. But they can and have been known to do things like this, where they take you to an intersection and say nothing and leave it up to your observation skills to determine what is the correct way to go. When that happens, usually there is only one direction that you can go, and in this situation, it's a left. Also, at an all-way stop sign, you go in the order that you come to the stop sign. You must make a stop, make a full stop, and you go in the order that you come to the stop sign. All right, right now I'm driving down Neptune. Okay, right now I'm driving down Neptune, and I'm going to approach the beginning of the road test from a different direction. So now from this direction, sometimes at the end of the test, you may come from this direction to get back to where you started from. So now I'm on Neptune and I'm coming from the other direction, and this time the one-way road of West 31st Street is on my right-hand side, and Bayview Avenue is on my left-hand side. All right. One of the tricky things about this intersection is that it's very tricky. The road is not shaped like a normal road. The intersection is not shaped like a normal intersection. It's very angled. If you notice, you see do not enter here. You see a sign that says keep to the right. That's exactly what you should do. Some people actually make the mistake and turn down the side of the road that says do not enter. All right, if you do that, you just failed. All right, so make sure you go up and around to this side of the divider in order to turn onto the correct side of the road. A lot of people, like I said, make the mistake and turn on that side of the road. This whole thing is a two-way road. That's why you have a yellow line there. That's why you have a divider in the middle. That side of the road goes up. This side of the road goes down. So make sure you turn onto the correct side of the road when you're turning back onto Bayview from Neptune.